Hey guys, got the itch to shave again, so we're gonna do that. Okay, use this guy's shaving cream. Nice cleanser. How's everyone doing? So, I am sick and tired of these crazy women trying to manipulate the public into convincing that I am some kind of horrible person, horrible father. I mean, this is just ridiculous. I'm gonna address this one time, and then I'm probably going to disappear from social media again for a while because I am focused on other things. And yes, I'm using a pink razor. Focused on other things. Facebook doesn't pay like it used to, and I need to focus on my practice. So anyways, there is a rumor circulating around that there are nude photos of my girls, inappropriate stuff. They're twisting and manipulating all of this into trying to think that I'm a bad day. I'm a bad father, blah, 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 blah. These crazy, manipulative, lying sacks of shit. So first off, let's just give a little timeline here. This stuff was posted to the internet on Father's Day, okay? Nancy is like, call the police, call the police. They're like trying to instigate something that happened. All right, so this stuff is posted on the internet on Father's Day, yeah? Okay, when did this incident occur? Back in September of last year. This particular person was a friend of my mother's, and I offered to help the kids, like, while she was in town, offered to watch the kids while I got some work done. I was with her the entire time in the other room, and I instructed her to film any tantrums because I'm being constantly accused and made allegations of everything that you can think of under the sun. So this person was at my house last July, nearly a year ago. And of course, what does my ex do? She reports it to Child Services, and Child Services come over to my house. I told them exactly what I'm telling you, and nothing was done about it. Then the crazy cult reported it to the FBI, and I talked to the FBI. And they just called me to let me know that this report of child pornography was made, and I was like, well, what is it? And they're like, and they told me that there was nothing that constituted child pornography. Now let me be very clear. I'm obviously very upset that somebody came into my house and shared it with somebody else, and then they shared it to Korra, my ex, and as a result of that, I can't trust this person to be in my home anymore, regardless if she's my mom's friend or not. I don't blame her, because from what I understand, she sent it to one of her friends, and then one of her friends sent it to my ex. So here's my question. Why are they making such a big deal about this on something that occurred a year ago and has already been evaluated and by 2 government agencies? Why? Because I have a restraining hearing coming up, and they wanted to try to ruin my Father's Day. These manipulative clowns. It's a Biddy family. They're just a bunch of scammers. Scammers and manipulators. And Nancy says I have an elementary education. I have a doctorate, which is a much higher degree than you as a nurse. So get your shit straight. And while you're at it, try to keep your husband from sleeping with other people. Anyways, so my ex has known about this video for a year now. And she's just now, after a year, trying to make a big deal about it. Why is she doing that? Because she's trying to cover up from the fact that under her care on live video, my daughter's crotch for full frontal nudity was filmed on 5 separate occasions, which is exactly why I filed with the courts to take my kids offline, to protect them from this kind of dumb stuff. And I'm so sick and tired of these crazy family trying to use the kids as a means to destroy my reputation and my mental health, and ultimately try to destroy my relationship with my daughters, which I just will not let happen. I have been actively trying to be peaceful with these lunatics for a long time, and truly the only thing they care about is what people think about them on the internet. So Nancy, just keep running your mouth, because there is case law here in California where children can be removed from the biological parent due to the family member's actions. So once again, you are proving that you're only in this for money. You're not supporting your sister. You're actually hurting her, because every single word that you've said in the last week, I drove to the courthouse this morning and submitted it as evidence. And when I get into the hearing, I will present the case law that relates to your behavior and how it is detrimental to the children's mental, emotional, spiritual, and physical well-being. So keep running your mouth, nurse. Not that I look down on the nursing profession, but if you're going to talk crap about a doctor with a higher education than you, at least make it make sense. So I'm so sick of this stuff. You know, I have no choice but to defend myself publicly and tell the truth. Otherwise, you guys are just going to believe what these manipulative clowns that only give a shit about social media and will use kids as weapons in their arsenal to gain public favor. I will also mention that I have had a stellar crew of nannies, and I've never once left the city while a nanny watches my kids, which is something that she's done on several occasions. She gets the kids on Sunday, she leaves on Monday, and leaves the kids with a stranger that doesn't speak English, and then refuses to give me the kids while she's out of town, which is technically illegal, because there's a law called right to first refusal. So these diabolical sisters can't keep their freaking stories straight. They don't know how to lie. Not that I suggest anyone does lie, but damn. So I've got them in a frazzle where they need to let's come up with the next lie. Let's say he poisoned you with THC that led you to a psych ward. Oh, that sounds like a good one. We're in the boardroom of how to destroy a man's life that is absolutely just trying to raise his kids in peace. Absolutely just trying to do what's best for them, protect them. And because I want to be a part of my kids' lives, and I have to sometimes protect them from the bad behavior that is on social media and the tactics that go into making money on social media, I am somehow public enemy number one. I am a father. I am a father protecting his kids and nothing else. So, keep talking, Nancy. Keep talking. Because you are absolutely destroying your sister in a courtroom. there's this little thing called case laws. And there are many case laws of protecting kids from family members exactly like you, resulting in the biological parent losing custody of their kids because of the actions of a family member. So keep going. I have no desire to be a single father doing this by myself. But damn, when's this shit gonna end? Obviously, I am the brand because they cannot keep their views up without me. If they don't talk about me, they don't get the views. If they talk about me, they get the views. I suggest getting a job, starting a legitimate business, and not one based on breaking the law. Maybe I should have left the goatee. It doesn't look so bad. For those of you just tuning in, I'd like to remind you that these said images, which I'm not happy about whatsoever, these said images were sent to Child Services nearly a year ago. And nothing was done. So they're trying to dramatize the situation to try to distract from their terrible behavior. Every time I expose their lies, they're going to come up with more lies, because that is all they know how to do. It's like I'm this family needs me to pay their bills. Eventually, very soon, this shit is gonna be over, and I can go back to teaching people how to fix their headaches, sciatica, and anything else that I deem I want to talk about. But for now, I'm avoiding social media for a bit because it is a toxic place, and I'm trying to focus on my kids and ending this madness. I said I wouldn't talk anymore, but of course, these manipulative sisters who don't give two shits about anything other than trying to win public opinion. Especially Nancy. How is my divorce? How is any of this your business? You think courts are gonna allow you to be around my kids after all this shit? Not a chance in hell. It's called parental alienation. California is real big on that. So I'm done with these crazy women called the Obidi sisters that literally don't have a life, don't have an ability to make income, don't have an ability to do anything other than just let's try to destroy and harass Dr. Dean. What lies can we come up with next? Oh yes, let's say he sexually molests his patients. Yeah, that'll get him. Let's say that he's selling nude images of his daughters. Yeah, that'll get him. This is the kind of shit that pretty much disqualifies you with the ability to parent. I never ever speak badly about my children's mother in front of my kids. Most of the time, I don't even want to talk about it because it's so overwhelming, and I have actually disassociated from the situation because it's so much all the time. But I realized I was losing myself because I was just being quiet and letting these people control my life. Now, I won't let these people control my life any longer. And this is how much they affect me now. I'm shaving while I'm talking about this because I really am over it. Using kids as weapons should be a crime punishable by a prison sentence. So I repeat, this particular incident, which I'm not happy about, occurred a year ago. So riddle me this. Why did all this stuff come to light on Father's Day? What are the statistical odds of that occurring? It's just not. And they're telling people to call the police. They've already called the police. They've called the FBI. They've called child services, all of which were not concerned. I mean, obviously it's not ideal. They certainly shouldn't be on the internet. I'm not happy about it, is it? Well, let's be real. None of this stuff would have occurred if for 2.5 years Max wasn't creating a situation on social media of a war where this man does this to me, this man does this to me, this, provoking all of your guys' emotional trauma from other men potentially hurting you, and mobilizes you into an army to try to destroy, humiliate, and bankrupt a father that just wants to be part of their children's lives. It's insane. Look like the Craigslist killer? What do they look like? I haven't been on Craigslist in years. Is it still good? Definitely interesting, not having a beard. Now it's time for a haircut. Ooh. Yeah, looks not too bad. I like it better when it has the 5 o'clock shadow. All right, anyways, guys, I have much better things to do than to be even remotely interested in this 2.5 year now drama fest that these scammers just cannot seem to get away from. They're obsessed. They're calling me Mr. O Pity, all this stuff. They're obsessed with me. Like, they won't leave me alone. Obviously, I'm the brand in which they rely to build their brand. So, I'm over it. It's time to deal with this shit in court. Absolutely over with it. Anyways, I'm out of here. I got a hot date, so I'll catch you later. It's time to actually start living life. Bye.